Hello guys, this is Vysh. So the UPSC syllabus breakdown. Hope you have seen the first episode of the foundation series. This is a free series which we are doing. We had already done a 30 videos in 2021 and now 2025 many things have changed, and based on that we are making changes into the foundation as well. So we've done a very detailed video already, and now we are going to break down the syllabus for you. So I keep telling aspirants that just by hearting some books is not sufficient for clearing UPSC. In today's timeline, you need to know the previous year questions, you need to know a general awareness about what is happening around you, and for that you have to first mold your personality, meaning as if you're preparing for your interview, you have to prepare for your prelims and mains. So as I tell, most aspirants are failing because they are not knowing about the exam. You are studying just for the exam. That is why this series, where we did the first, this green color highlighted is the first episode, that is what is UPSC, what is the website, notification, the stages, the new application portal which released last week by UPSC, the eligibility criteria. So we have done with the first episode, and now second episode we are focusing on the syllabus. Okay, all these topics which you see on screen we'll discuss over the 30 episode series which we are planning, and this will change you as an aspirant and you are going to clear for sure if you follow this strictly. So now this is the thumbnail of the first episode which came, episode 1, and now episode 2 we are discussing, and the next episode which come, episode 3 and 4 will be about the books and sources, meaning the mandatory books which you have to buy or the online sources which you have to refer, what test series to enroll, and then also NCERT's big changes, whether to use the old NCERT, whether to new NCERT. This will be the next episode number 3 and 4. Okay, so please make a habit of watching it in an order and subscribe to the channel. Okay, we are seeing that the people who are viewing, at least 80% of them have not subscribed, meaning you are getting something free of cost. Just hit that subscribe button. Okay, nothing else. You don't have to make a payment, nothing. Just hit a subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever a new episode come. Daily, one episode we are minimum trying to plan from today. Okay. So syllabus, if you take the plan of the examination, this is the prelims plus mains stages which UPSC have told. We keep telling there are 3 stages, but in UPSC notification it's written that there are 2 stages, out of which the first is the preliminary objective and second one is the mains, which is including the written and the interview or the personality test. So here the 2 papers will be 400 marks. It is screening test only, and the marks obtained will not be counted for determining your final order, meaning you score 200 out of 200 in the morning paper GS1 and then CSAT also 200, or some other person score just 85 out of 200, which may be the cutoff of that year. It doesn't matter, because it's just checking whether you are eligible to give your mains or not. Nowhere you can proudly tell that I scored this much in prelims or this much marks or I am the topper in prelims. It doesn't matter. You just have to clear it somehow. And then the number of students, okay, now you know the prelims result 2025 is expected this week. Mostly tomorrow morning, by the time you wake up, result will be out. So there you will see that the number of students who clear will be 12 to 13 times than the number of vacancies. Meaning this time if the vacancy is 1,000, then around 12,000 to 13,000 people's name will be there in the PDF who are eligible for giving the mains. And after that also, another cutoff is there. After the mains, how much, that I'll show you in the coming slides. So now CSAT paper, 33%, that is out of the 100 questions which you give for CSAT afternoon paper. Each question has 2.5 marks, and if it's 80 questions, okay, 200 marks, 80 questions, and you have to get only 27 questions right. That is the 33%. That is 1/3 of the 80 questions. You just make it right and you will clear it. But the morning paper cutoff you will come to know only after 1 year. As per the estimated analysis, we are thinking it will be around 80 marks for general category, and that a separate video of cutoff we have already published. Now going in detail about the marking system, there is negative marking in prelims and mains. Okay, this video series is for beginners. Okay, I am expecting beginners are watching it. It's for 2026-27 who don't know anything about this exam. So 1/3 of the questions marks allotted for each question will be deducted. Meaning the morning paper which has 100 questions, 100 marks, 200 marks, that is 2 marks per question, the 0.33 of it, meaning 0.66. If it was 100 marks, it will be 0.33 negative. Because it's 200 marks, it is 0.66. Okay, because to each question, it's not 1 mark allotted, it is 2 mark allotted. So either +2 or minus 0.6 is what you get in the morning paper. Evening paper, because it's 80 questions and 200 marks, each question is 2.5 plus 2.5. So negative also equally will be 1/3 of that. That is 0.833. So morning's negative marking is 0.66 and afternoon's negative marking is 0.83. So these things I think many beginners may not know. They are just thinking 0.33 is the cutoff or the negative marking. 0.33 marks of the marks assigned to each question. That is what will go. Now this written examination will have 9 papers, of which 2 papers will be again qualifying in nature. Same like your prelims, you have a paper. Mains, you have 2 papers which are qualifying. One will be an Indian language paper and one will be an English language paper. And there you have, it will be like out of 300 marks each. And you have to get 25% marks to qualify. That is 1/4 of it. That is around 75 marks you have to qualify in that English and language paper. Only then your GS 1, 2, 3 or essay or other mains papers, which we have 7 papers, that you will get evaluated. And these are compulsory papers. Okay, you have to do it. There are certain states where you don't have to do the Indian language paper. That also we'll discuss in detail. So minimum qualifying marks again for these things are all decided by the commission, UPSC, and they don't tell it upfront. You cannot know it. You have to get around this much marks as per how you see every year trending you will see. Okay, that also we'll discuss in detail. And now twice the number of vacancy to be filled, that many people clears mains. I told you first vacancy is 1000, then 13,000 people may clear the prelims. But after that, many will get eliminated in the mains and then maybe only 2,000 will be left. That is twice the number of vacancies. That 2,000 people will give the interview and from there finally that 1,000 or 980 something, whatever they need, they will take it. This is the usual procedure. And this marks which you get in the mains and the interview is used for your ranking. And that also in the mains, which I told you, this 300 marks of language papers, that is not counted. Only the remaining is counted. That mark distribution also I'll show you now. So prelims you are clear, 2 papers, 200 mark each, objective type. Paper 2 has 33% this thing, but the other one you cannot know the cutoff now, and question paper will be printed in both Hindi and English, and here there's nothing to write. It's like you are going and marking the OMR sheet. Now when you go to mains exam, you have, I told you, 9 papers. So in these 9 papers, these 2 are the qualifying, that is paper A and paper B, one Indian language which is there in the 8th schedule, we have 22 languages, and then English language. Okay, so here papers to be counted for merit, which I told you, which will be used for your ranking, is these papers. Paper 1 is actually essay, paper 2 is GS1, 3 is GS2, 4 is GS3, and 5 is GS4. Okay, many people tell, okay, paper 4 is GS4. Paper 4 is actually GS3 as per the naming convention in UPSC. Then there is paper 6 and 7, which is optional papers, which is of the same subject, because many years back there used to be like 2 subjects you have to choose. Now it's only 1 subject, but 2 papers will be there. Okay, that also as an example, history or something I'll take and today explain to you. And all these carry 250 marks. Okay, so there is like around 7 items which is 250 marks, and that is why total is 1750. Okay, if there was 8 items, it will become 2000, but it is 1750. And then after that, 275 marks is your interview. And this total is 2025 marks. Okay, 2025 marks is what you are giving, and even the topper will score only close to 1000 marks only. Okay, 53% is the one which rank 1 usually gets. That means you can imagine how much they are getting in each paper, maybe close to 110, 120 or some like 80s. It depends. The paper cutoff varies because GS2 and GS3 is generally tough. We'll go through each word of the syllabus today. Okay, it will be a little detailed video, so don't worry about that. So here, these are the papers which you will be giving, and after that, the level of the papers. This paper A and paper B will be of matriculation or your 10th standard level. That is the level in which they'll ask you their English or meanings opposite. Some translation questions will be there. You're just checking your language proficiency in those 2 papers. Okay, 10th standard level. And other ones, essay, general studies, optionals and all, if you see, as I told, if you don't score 25% each, 300 means 75. If you don't score, then these papers will not be corrected. Even if it's corrected, it will not be published, meaning it will be considered failed. So you have to qualify for the paper A and paper B, which is your language papers. Only then there is point. And here if you see the exceptions for paper A, it is compulsory for all state except for people from Arunachal, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim. Meaning if you are from these states, then paper A, that is the Indian language paper, you don't have to give. Directly from paper B, you can start giving your prelim, meanings your mains. That is, instead of 9 papers, you will have 8 papers. Okay. And if you see the northeastern states, almost everything is there. Assam and Tripura is not there. Okay, remaining all states plus Sikkim is there. Exception, you need not give the paper A. Okay, and also if you are having a disability which is in the hearing category, hearing subcategory, then also you don't have to give these papers, but you have to show that in your college, university also you were exempted from such exams, and you have to bring a particular letter or undertaking for that. Only then you will also can skip paper A. Okay. And paper 1 to 7, I told you everything is counted for your merit, and the qualifying marks and all UPSC will decide. Now about the medium in which you can give this exam. Okay, meaning you will be not always wanting to be giving English, because prelims, you know, English, Hindi and all is there. But here, all these languages is allowed. Okay, Assamese, Bengali, even the script is given here. So Hindi is Devanagari, like that. All these languages you can give your mains exam. And after this government came, you know that almost every exam, medical exam, NCERT textbooks, everything is now there in more than 22 languages. Okay, that also I'll show you. In the NCERT video, I'll show you. And here, in certain places, if Manipuri see, there are two things written. That is like the question paper will be in Bengali, but the script you can, the answer you can do it in either of the one. Okay, either Bengali script or the Methi script. Same like that here, Santali also, Devanagari or this Olchiki. So that is what is written here. The question will be printed in the language which is given front, and the other two are given option for you to write the answer. This is the languages in which you can give your exam. The list of optional subject. I told you 2 papers are there. So that optionals, agriculture, animal husbandry, anthropology, botany, chemistry, civil, commerce, economics, electrical, geography, geology, history, law, management, mathematics, mechanical, medical science, philosophy, physics, political science, psychology, public administration, sociology, statistics and zoology. And then literature is also there. You can even choose like Hindi literature or Kannada literature if you are good in language. Okay, one of this you have to choose, and 2 papers you have to give, 250 marks each and 500 marks, and that is where you have to score huge marks also, and that makes a big difference in your overall ranking. So here, now itself, if you have decided an optional, you can tell me in comment section which optional you have choose. If you have not decided, I'll help you decide it also, because we have a separate video for that also, which will come in the coming days. That is how to choose the optional, and which one is usually easy, which one is usually which toppers choose, and what is the weightage of marks. That everything we'll discuss in separate videos. Okay, but now if you have an interest or a choice, maybe 2-3 options you have. Maybe you like history, you like PSIR, or you like public administration, sociology. Just tell me, like these 3 are I'm thinking. I will conclude after maybe I discuss with you, or maybe you have your own ways of finding it out. So you can tell that in comment section, so that it's an interactive session. Okay, now going more details, these papers, all the GS papers, essay, everything is of essay type, meaning they are expecting you to write it like an essay within the word limit which is given. If they tell 150 words, write in 150 words, 250 words, 250 words, or 400 words, 400 words, like that. But essay type you have to write, side headings, bullet points, everything you can include. And every paper will be 3 hours. Prelims, you know, it is 2 hours each. Mains, every paper is 3 hours. And everything you have to write all the questions in the language which you choose, and candidate will have the choice to write the optional paper in English also if candidates opt to write this thing in the other, meaning suppose medium when you're selecting, all your papers you can write in one language, optional you can choose to write in English language if you want, because you know optional certain things you cannot write in multiple other languages. Okay, you will need English itself. So there is option when you apply for the exam itself, you can choose the medium for both the things. Okay, there will be a option for you while filling the form. That while filling you will understand. So there is a provision. This many people keep asking, should I write all the papers in same language, or medium can I change? So optional you can write in English if you want, if you wish to. Okay, then another thing, prelims I told you negative marking. In mains also there is negative marking. Okay, in mains when you write something which is unauthorized, meaning it is not related to the question, it is irrelevant, it is maybe your sign or signature, or you are simply trying to show off something, or about your something in ethics paper you write like I am the son of a minister, I am the son of something, you are telling something to simply project yourself, or something which is unrelated to the question, then you can be debarred, you can be given negative marks, you can be disqualified, anything can be done. Okay, but most of the time they do negative marking. Okay, meaning you maybe wrote a good answer, but because of this unwanted things extra was written, they will cut half of the marks, then you will fail also. Okay, and also in your even if you use other languages, suppose Hindi or Tamil or something, technical terms you can mark it in bracket like, okay, this is what I meant for certain things, because certain things maybe even your local language you will not be able to tell. You are comfortable like force or mass or weight or something technical thing if you want to write, you can write in English as well. Okay, in between your normal language also, in your chosen language. And literature of this thing, obviously, it will be, the question paper will be set, all the other thing, question paper will be set in English or Hindi, but this one, literature, whatever you choose in that language, the question paper also will come. Okay. Again, this thing, and then the handwriting. As I told, if handwriting is very bad, if you have not written very clearly, words are not legible, they are not understanding, they look it like a very messy, shabby paper, question numbers are not there. In all those cases, they can again deduct marks. So there is negative marking for this also. Okay, this and all most people don't tell you, and that is why your answers, you write something, but after that you see your marks are very less because your writing was very bad. Okay, it's not like you have to have perfect handwriting. It should be readable. It should be neat. Proper spacing should be there between the words. Then the numbers also, you have to put normal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for question paper or any number you are putting. You should not put your Roman numbers of this kind of 1, 2, 3. Okay, even our mains students and all, when they write answers, they use this. Don't use this. Use normal 1, 2, 3. Okay, unwantedly don't decorate anything. And SI units you can find in the question paper also. Any like a Newton or any ohm, any SI unit of the things that also can be used in the question paper. So you should be ready for that. Calculator is allowed. Scientific non-programmable type of calculator is allowed in the mains exam, but for your objective type prelims and all, it is not allowed. Okay, for your mains you can carry a scientific calculator. Okay, some of the papers will indeed need calculators because you have technical subjects also in the optional section. Interview, you will have a board. After, as I told, 2000 people will go and give it, and there they are checking your general awareness. They are not going to check your GS knowledge and all, because that they have already done it. Okay, see, it is not intended to test either your specialized or general knowledge, which is already tested through the written papers. Okay, and your interest in different subjects, your general interest, your hobbies, your personality, whatever you fill in your DAF form, which is between your prelims and mains or your mains and interview, that time, that paper will be with them. There will be some technical people sitting there. There will be some observers sitting there who are non-technical. And based on that, they are looking your intellectual capability, your decision-making capability, whether you have the capacity to take a stand on certain things, whether you are aware of the things which happened in the last 2-3 years and what is happening around you. And did you actually give the papers by hearting papers, or you have enough knowledge and interest in all these subjects? Clear logical exposition, balance of judgment, variety and depth of interest, social cohesion, leadership, intellectual, moral integrity. So this one only I am telling, right before you give your prelims itself, you should groom yourself to be this kind of a person. You should not be someone who by heart and give papers and finally in the interview you just give a fake image by building up through some personality sessions. Okay, because after that also you have to maintain that. If you are not maintained, you will keep seeing like people are being thrown out of their work because of incapability, or some end up in corruption, because there are many people. 2021's IAS, you would have seen huge amount of cash was recovered from his house recently, and his same interview is there in big coaching classes, mock interview video, YouTube videos are there where he's telling, I will change the country, I will end corruption, I will do things. So that's, he's a total fake person. Okay, after that, while entering service, he's completely corrupted. So that is why I'm telling, make yourself a good person right now. You have to align to UPSC and its standards and the nation's standard, because they need such well-educated youth. They're clearly writing here. You need a well-educated, well-behaved, well-personality kind of person for this particular post, and that is what they're looking for in the interview. Now, detailing of the syllabus, if you go, prelim syllabus, this first line itself covers entire thing in the world. Okay, current events of national and international importance. So there itself, current events of national and international means here our Prime Minister is doing something, or our government is doing something, or opposition is doing something, or even in USA now Trump and Elon Musk is doing something. In Bangladesh, there the opposition people are doing something, army is taking over. Everything you have to know. Everything you have to know. Okay, that is why that first line actually sums up your entire prelim syllabus. After that, they are giving the static part of history, India, national movement, India, geography, the physical and social economic, polity and governance, then sustainable development, then there is this Panchayati Raj, political system, public policy, general issues of environment, where they are actually asking general issues only. They are not asking any bookish environment questions these days. Biodiversity, climate change. Okay, and then they have written general science. Even though general science, they are asking you actually technology part of it. They are not asking the physics, chemistry, biology. They are asking you the technology, space missions or discoveries and robotics and that kind of things. Paper 2, CSAT. That is the comprehension, interpersonal skills and communication skill, logical reasoning, analytical ability, decision making, problem solving, mental ability, and basic numeracy. Okay, and these are all class 10th level. That is what they are telling. But last few years, CSAT has been very, very tough, which is not even like some of the questions, even IIT level questions are coming. So that is something which over the years, maybe UPSC will correct it, but or at least the syllabus they have to update, because they are telling class 10th level and asking you IIT level questions. And it is 33%, and your attempt is counted when you are sitting for both the papers. If only one paper you sit, the attempt is counted, but your correction will not be done. Okay, you have to sit for both the papers, and morning if you attend, go there and put the sign, your attempt is done. Okay, one attempt it will be counted. Second time when you go, it will be second attempt. Okay. Now the main syllabus. So there you need deep understanding. Okay, this prelims I will tell, it's kind of a horizontal study. You need a horizontal vision of everything. Mains, it's like a vertical. Each topic deep you have to go, and you have to study the deep concept of it. Okay, don't think that because they're telling we don't want to check your memory power. It's not like you by heart lot of fact and put it. Even though memory is important, you have to remember dates, numbers, budget, data, everything you need to remember. But your answer should look very simple. It should not look very complicated or very technical. Okay, that also here if you see successant answers. Okay, this word successant is like success and all. That's how it's pronounced, successant. So this means if you have to write something like India gained independence in 1947, write like that only, India gained independence in 1947. Don't over decorate it like after a prolonged struggle that lasted for decades involving various leaders and movements, India finally achieved independence. Meaning just to fill the word limit or just to act cool or just to show your English proficiency, you should not write this way. You have, because UPSC is not checking your English, because students are allowed to write in every language. So it's not your language which matters, it's the content. If you have to write like India gained independence, that much only you should write. So focus on the points, minimum neatly like put bullet points or in boxes or in flowcharts, whichever way. The content of the question should be given to the examiner, because he cannot sit and read all your philosophy. Unless it's an essay paper, he won't read it. He just want points so that he can quickly tick with the answer key which he has, which is already prepared before you even write, and they will just put that and they'll give you the marks. This much your language and decoration and everything will be of waste. So just write to the point. Because that's what they're demanding. In the notification it's written, syllabus it's written, but most of the coaching classes doesn't take you through all these things. That is why we are doing this foundation series for free. Okay. So specialized study is not required. Anybody with a education should be able to write. That is how UPSC is expecting they conduct their exams. Okay. And then the optional paper, if you take, that is not of a simple standard. They are expecting you have knowledge, like optional paper especially, you have knowledge more than a bachelor's degree, a BTech person, but little less than a master's or MTech person. Okay, meaning it should be little more than a normal degree holder. The other papers, like special papers, like engineering, medical, law and all, they are telling it should be bachelor's level. Okay, so like this, certain standards are set by UPSC itself. But you, without knowing all this, all the papers you are studying with the same way, all the writing you are doing the same way, and bringing in philosophy, style, decoration, and that is why you are writing year on year and still not able to clear. Your content may be good, but you have presented it in the wrong way. So this series, I will tell you multiple videos on each of these paper. Like this is the qualifying paper, Indian languages and English. So they will be asking you comprehension passage, small, or precise writing. They'll give a big passage and ask you to make it a summary, or they'll give a summary and ask you to expand, or they'll ask you meaning, opposite, usage, or vocabulary of those particular words. They'll ask you to write short essays. They'll give you a translation thing also, meaning if in an Indian language paper, maybe if you have chosen Hindi, they'll give you a Hindi thing and ask you to convert it to English, or they'll give an English thing and convert to Hindi. So they will check all this, and this will be 300 marks each, and you have to score 75 marks out of it, which is usually easy because it's not very complicated. Okay, they're just checking your language skills. So this is the, as I told, matriculation level, 10 standard level, qualifying nature, and only then your other papers will be corrected. So for this one, separate videos we have already done, 2013 to 19, all the questions we had trend analyzed and discussed it in these series. Now after that, again, as I told, 4-5 years of paper has happened. So I will do a part 2 of it, and that videos also will be part of this series. So only if you watch this in order, these things will be helpful to you. Next paper is the essay, which is of 250 marks, which is like not qualifying. You have to score maximum how much you can. Like if you score 130, 140 and all, it's good marks. Okay, but try to make it even more, because essay, optionals, these are the places where you actually score. Okay, so now you have to write on multiple topics. Usually it will be like a part A will be there and part B will be there in your question paper. And here 4 questions will be there. Here also 4 questions will be there, and they'll ask you write one from here and one from here. And usually how it is that this 4 will be a little essay type, philosophy type, some quote of Gandhiji or some quote of Shakespeare, something will be given and they ask you to expand. And this one will be more your GS type, environment, ecology, or judiciary is in crisis, something which is your GS topic, they'll give you. So one from each you have to write, and thousands of words, that word limit 1000, 1200, it will keep varying. But anyway, they'll give you the space to write 3 pages, 4 pages, that much you have to fill the content. Okay. And about this also, 2013 to 2019 complete questions, what all came, what is the trend, whether question repeated, we have already done a video series. Okay. And I will do the part 2 of it with the new set of question papers, and that time all these links will be provided to you, and all these are completely free. Okay. Now GS1, which is the paper 2. Paper 2 GS1, we have, this is the heading of it, Indian Heritage and Culture, History, Geography, World and Society. Okay. So this much is there, but most of the people even now tell that GS1 paper means history, geography. It's not history, geography. Society will be asked, women issues will be asked, poverty, hunger, social issues can be asked, culture of over the years dynasty can be asked. So many things are there. And again, many people tell like history means ancient, medieval, modern, art and culture, everything I have to study. But you are not reading the syllabus clearly. For prelims, you wanted all that. But in your mains GS1, Indian culture and the aspects of art form, literature and architecture, that is a cultural part from ancient to medieval. Meaning ancient and medieval, you don't have to study the dynasties or the kings or the empires or their agriculture system, revenue system. These things which you studied for prelims, you don't have to study for your GS1. Very rarely 1 or 2 questions by chance they ask it, but in your syllabus, as per your syllabus, ancient and medieval, you have to study only the culture part. They ask you about the coins, about the literature, about the court poet, about the different buildings, different temple styles, different mosque styles, Islamic architecture, European architecture. This is what they usually ask, and that is what they should ideally ask as per the syllabus. But many people, many coaching classes don't tell you this. It is not ancient, medieval, modern. It is the cultural part of ancient and medieval, and the modern you need to know fully. From the 18th century, middle of the 18th century, you have to know everything, event, personalities, issues, movements, treaties, everything you have to know, every war, every struggle, everything you have to know. And then you have to know the freedom struggle completely. Then post-independence consolidation and organizations within the country. Okay, post-independence, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel movements are there, other labor movements are there, land movements are there, different political amendments are there. All these reforms you have to know. Then history of the world, which will include again even from the 18th century, that is starting from, Industrial Revolution, World War I and II. Then redrawal of national boundaries means your Italian and German reunification is there. Colony, decolonization of various places, and then capitalism, socialism, communism, that kind of effect of the society. Okay, that here again is there. Communalism, regionalism, secularism, women issues, globalization issues, world physical geography, natural resources in every South Asia, Asia, and different sectors of economy we have, primary, secondary, tertiary. You have your cotton industry, iron industry, sugar industry. If you have joined our test series, all these line which you see right about everything, one question you will definitely write. Okay, that is my guarantee. Our question paper is in such a way that every line of this one question minimum you will write. Okay, about GS1 itself, at least 4-5 tests you will write. But I'm telling every word, one question I will make sure you write. Okay, and it will be evaluated. Then the geophysical phenomena like your earthquake, tsunami, and all the natural disasters, that kind of things. Okay, disaster will come in GS3 also, but little geographical activity, tectonic activity, volcanic activity kind of things will be asked here. So this is the again video of 2013 to 19, all the questions we have already discussed. Okay, this is our link I am putting in description, but again, as I told, updated version will anyway come. Okay, a new video suiting the new trends of question paper will anyway come. Now we will go to GS2. GS1, if you saw only that 1-page syllabus over there, it's one of the smallest syllabus. GS1 and GS4 has the shortest syllabus, and that is where you have to score also high. GS2 and 3 are very tough. Okay, GS2, that is paper 3, heading is governance, constitution, polity, social justice, international relation. So here Indian constitution is main. This time's prelims you would have noticed. Article 123, Article 246, Article 263, Article 163, governor, pardoning power of the president. Every article, at least one question came. Okay, so constitution article number 1 to article number 300 or 400, that much if you study by heart, you will clear prelims and mains easily in polity part. Okay, that is very easy also. Article 1 to article 4 is actually about India. India, its geography, India, its land, India merging with someone, India breaking away from someone, states merger, state, that kind of thing. Article 5 to 11 is actually the citizenship, about the person, how he gets citizenship, how citizenship goes away, how it can be terminated, that kind of thing. You are 12 to, you can tell 30 to 33 or 30, 35, you can tell. It's almost everything about the fundamental rights. Okay, different definitions are like Article 12 is a definition, Article 14 only proper fundamental right starts, but still 12 to 35 broad range, it's about fundamental rights. After that, you have your fundamental duty till your Article 51. Okay, it is fundamental, it's DPSP. Okay, this is fundamental right. This is DPSP. That is the directive principle of state policy. If you're a beginner, maybe you don't know this, but it's a very, very simple things only. DPSP, polity classes I'll do, that time you can see. And then after that, we have the fundamental duty, okay, which is actually 51A. Why it's 51A is because initially when Ambedkar made the constitution, fundamental duty was not there. 1976, through an amendment, 42nd amendment, which is even called the mini constitution, because Indira Gandhi added that many clauses without asking anyone. And that is why it's called 51A. It is inserted between 51 and 52. It was inserted. 52 onwards, it will start your like president and other constitutional bodies. And then after that, the non-constitutional related some clauses will be there. Bodies won't be there. Clauses will be there. And then various other treaties like water border things or border fight, or later when it reaches 200, 300 and all, even your GST which is inserted now, like that many things will come. So it's an overall, in a very orderly way, our constitution is written. So if you take the constitution and study article by article itself, every day two articles if you take and study itself, your complete polity syllabus will get over. And then going to detailing, you have to study the responsibility of the union and states and even the local and panchayat level. The separation of power, okay, especially between judiciary and executive, the fights happen, the cabinet and the judge and all. So that related things you have to study. Repeated questions keeps coming. Then comparison of our constitution with other constitution, meaning our constitution actually copied or taken from many of the places. Like UK is like majority is from UK because Britishers used to rule here. We know their model. From there only we have taken. So that comparison, India versus USA, India versus UK, India versus Australia, that is also being asked. Then the functioning of the parliament and also the state assembly. Then we have the Representation of People Act. Okay, that is very, very important. Election related criteria and all. Then constitutional post is there. Different bodies are there. CAG is there. Election Commission is there. UPSC is there. About them you have to study. Statutory and regulatory using quasi-judicial bodies, which is not fully constitutional, but there are certain bodies which you have to know, which is either through a law it is made, or through executive order it is made, through judicially it is made. So there are other bodies which you have to study. Then we have different sectors and government policies which come, welfare schemes which is done for the people. Then we have this NGO, SSG and many other non-state actors, which is not government body, but it is important for the governance. Such bodies, all these things you have to study in GS2, and it's not over. Vulnerable sections, what are the problems they face, what are the schemes for them, how much people have been brought out of poverty. And then social sector, which is health, education, human resources. So globally we have something called SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. So SDG, we have around 17 goals and around 169 targets, in which all these come, like one goal is poverty, one is hunger, one is this thing, and everything by 2030 we have to achieve. Okay, by 2030 you have to achieve all this. That's what the world is trying to achieve. So that each thing you have to study. Role of civil services, that is civil servants, what is their role? India and its neighborhood, that is IR part. Okay, your relation with your neighbors. Bilateral, regional, global groupings will be there, like BRICS, Quad and all. Other than that, bilateral treaties will be there, like India-Australia treaty, India-New Zealand treaty. Then developed and developing countries, whenever they do something, what will be the impact on India? Then institutions like World Bank, WTO, IMF, World Economic Forum, even their structure, their mandate, all these things, as I told, one question you will write if you are my student. Okay. And this one in detail, we have done a video 2013 to 2019, whatever questions came, what are the repetition, all these free of cost in YouTube, it's there. Okay. And I will do a part 2 for 2019 to 2025 question papers. Now GS3, paper 4. Technology, economic development, biodiversity, environment, security and disaster management. So main part if you see is economy. So India's economy, the budget, the growth of the people, the development of the country, the different ranking in different indexes. Okay, that is economy. Then we have agriculture, which is your cross-cropping, irrigation systems, farm subsidies, minimum support price, public distribution system, technology like drones and all used in your farming thing now, directly giving the money to their bank. Then animal rearing, that is, you have the poultry, you have the pink revolution, green revolution, blue revolution, marine industry, everything comes in this section. Then after that, food processing industries are there. Their supply chain management is there. Then land reforms in India is again a topic from which questions come from independence time, what all reforms we did. Then liberalization 1991, we had the reforms, LPG reforms, liberalization, privatization, globalization. So before that and after that, what happened? Same like the 2005 crisis there. Before that, after that, what happened? Then GST or something happened in 2017. So before that, after that, what happened? This way you have to study. Then infrastructure, the energy, ports, railways, the bridges, and different models are there. PPP model, which we call public-private partnership. Then there is other EPC model is there, engineering, procurement, and also like the different models are taken, and then public and private work together. One will build it, one will build a toll on it, one will first pay in advance or later pay in advance. Different models are there. About that also question come, that is called the investment model. Okay. Then science and technology, daily, everyday life, whatever, space, robotics, discovery, vaccines, anything. Okay, they can ask you about biotechnology, anything they can ask. Then Indians, the persons in science and technology, the awards which they get, new inventions which we do, new contributions which India do to the world, all these things are GS3 and still not over. We have your IT, space, computer, robotics, in IPR, intellectual property right, environmental pollution, environmental impact assessments, disaster management and disaster, extremism, Naxalism, internal security, state and non-state actors, the different groups, media and social networking, which is the new thing, cyber security, money laundering, security challenges in the border areas, terrorism. Then the various forces which we have, like the BSF we have, or the SSB we have, or ITBP we have, or we have the CRPF. Okay, we have the CISF in airport and all, we have CISF Jawans. So all these things you have to study in detail, their origin, their strength, whether women are inducted into that or not, what is their current status, what is their theme or motto, okay, when it was established. All these things you have to study. And again, about all this, one mains question I'll make you write. These things 2013-19 we have discussed in a video. Second part will come soon. Now for the one of the easiest paper, I will say paper 5 GS4. So here, however the index is given, same way only the textbooks and courses are usually designed. Okay, there is a lexicon textbook. Details I'll give you in my books and sources video. So here if you see these side headings, ethics and human interface, attitude, aptitude, emotional intelligence, moral thinkers, civil service and ethics in public administration, probity, case studies, which include the citizen charter, the other different detailing, compassion, tolerance, administration, family, human value. So these things, just like that in lexicon, their index is equivalent to this one. Okay, it's equivalent to the UPSC syllabus. So that textbook, if you study itself and do have a general understanding of things around you, and if you have that empathy, compassion within you yourself, then this is a very easy paper. You just need to put it in words. Okay. And I am planning a video series also on that. So that will be a paid course that we'll announce in the coming days. Okay, before July, August, I will make sure that it is available for sale and you will be able to enroll to it, and it will be like video access will be given to you and you can sit and watch that. Okay, and with that, mains test series also will be there. You will write mains answers and I will evaluate. That's like an add-on. You can choose either the video course alone or video course plus notes, or video course plus notes plus test series. 3 packs will be there. Okay, so that for every paper I'm planning. Ethics and I think history will be the world history will be the first 2 packages. Okay, just wait for the announcement. So this also 2013-19, each question which UPSC asked, I have put screenshots and explained. Okay, so this full series, that's why I'm telling, please watch it till the end. It will take 7 days time, but in that 7 days, your entire 30 videos will make sure that you are going to clear this year itself. Okay, then about the optional paper 1 and 2. I told you these many optionals are there and you can choose one of them and you have to give 2 papers on that. And that also, now you are confused how to choose. That also one video is there in which I told you which are the easy, which are the difficult, which are the scoring and all. But again, as per the latest trend, like 2025 topper what he is choosing, 2024 topper what he is choosing, based on that I'll make a second part of it very soon. Okay. And about this thing, because we have to conclude this video, I have to tell you at least one optional and then just make you understand how lengthy is your optional. how to prepare history optional, a separate video I am planning. Mostly this week it will come. So let's take history itself as the subject to discuss here. Meaning from the syllabus, I am going to show you the complete history syllabus, which is like 8, 9, 10 pages. Okay, in your notification PDF also, 100 or something pages are dedicated just to list the syllabus of this 25, 26 optionals which you have. 25, 26 optional, if you have hundreds of pages, imagine like 4, 5, 6 pages per optional, that much lengthy syllabus it is. So history, if you take, as I told, there are 2 papers. So paper 1 will be your ancient and medieval, and paper 2 will be your modern and world history. That is how history optional papers are designed. Same like the geography you take, it will be maybe resources and physical geography in one, and the other one will have the disasters and other things. So each portion has different, but every optional I cannot take and explain to you syllabus now. General prelims mains interview syllabus we have done. Now we are looking into the optional as a sample. Okay, so for history. So here if you see archaeological sources, literary sources, the foreign accounts, that is the travelers and what they wrote, prehistory and proto-history. Okay, so these are all very detailed. So this is for history optional. People who are giving normal mains, for your GS1 I showed you, this much is not there. There you need to know only the cultural part of ancient medieval. Okay, so a normal student don't need all this, but a history optional student, see how much detailing he need. They need to know the location also, because a 50 mark map based question will be there. Out of 250 marks, 50 marks will be a map based, where they give a map and they will ask you to pinpoint location of Paleolithic site, Neolithic site, or a Mauryan dynasty, or Ashoka inscription is found here. Like that, they'll give you description. You have to mark it on the map physically. You have to do it. Okay, so see, Indus Valley civilization, entire thing is there, including till the decline, and then megalithic culture, Aryan and Vedic period culture, and after that the Mahajanapadas, your Mauryan empire, your post-Mauryan, then your Deccan and the south, then again Guptas and other North Indian dynasties. So this, if you see, you will find a similarity with your R.S. Sharma textbook. Okay, R.S. Sharma ancient history textbook is there, which again entire free lectures is there in my YouTube. Okay, 27 chapters in at least 30 episode, 40 episode. I would have done it in detail. But again, for your mains, you have to not depend on only that. You have to take the previous year question, right answer on each of this topic and practice. Okay, that also, as I told, history optional, separate video I'll make. That time you can learn more. After that, the regional states during the Gupta. See, Gupta alone, they have given this much big description. That means they want almost every of these kingdoms, every of these people. You have to know, at least able to write a decent answer about each of these person, because they can ask anything. Okay, then themes in early culture history, where again the philosophy and art and science and maths. Then medieval. Okay, 750 to 1200. Here if you see Cholas, society, culture, science and technology, meaning every theme, you cannot skip anything. Okay, then 750 to 1200. Then the 13th century, 14th century, see the Islamist kingdoms are coming in. So all these things, maybe in the future years it may be removed, because as of now, you know, NCRTs are getting updated. They are removing all the Islamic kingdoms. They are removing all the invasion related stories. They want to project our culture, our history, our Indian kingdoms, which is originally here, our like Kumbh Mela, all these things they are trying to highlight. And that is why the invasion part, whether it is British invasion or whether it is Islamic invasion, that invasion part slowly will start getting removed. But as of now, even in the latest 2025 syllabus, it's there. And so any question on any kingdom can be expected in the upcoming mains in August month. Okay, so now going forward, 13th and 14th century, you have your different regionalism things happening in North India, South India, the literature, the economy, the agriculture, all these things have to be studied. 15th and 16th, if you see, more kingdoms will come. In the south, the Vijayanagara Bahamani kingdom will come. Mughal empires, different phases will come. Then here we see 15th and 16th century, where we have again architecture, society, regional cultural differences. So they have given each word so that you can expect a question on each word. You cannot tell like we didn't expect that. Okay, that's why every single sentence they are giving. Akbar as a separate. Okay, these many kings are there. Still Akbar they gave as a separate thing. That means they are wanting you to study in and out about Akbar. Then in the 17th century, there's Zamindari system. Then Jahangir, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb, they have given in one line. Ahom kingdom, which is the Assamese kingdom. About that you have to study. And about this, all questions have come. Okay, have come in the past. Then again, all these agriculture peasants, the Sikh community and the Khalsa Panth. This all is relevant even today. And then the Mughal Empire, the 18th century, the decline of Mughal Empire, the Marathas coming in, Afghan battles, Panipat third battle. Then here, this is paper 1. So paper 1, you see where is actually the ending of medieval and beginning of modern, because this is useful for your GS1 also. GS1, they told you modern you have to study from the 18th century. So actually the decline of Mughal is where you have to start for your GS paper, the general students I'm telling. And then paper 2 will begin, where the your spectrum kind of syllabus. European entry, which will be Portuguese, Dutch, French, anybody who came in, about all of them you have to study. All the Battle of Plassey, the Bengal was actually the initial capital of India, Calcutta, Bengal area. So there, whatever kingdoms were there, the Nawabs, the like Sirajuddaula or the Mir Jafar, Mir Qasim story, this and all we have done multiple times. Battle of Buxar, Marathas, 3 Anglo-Maratha wars. Okay. And then the different act will come, Regulating Act, Charter Act. This and all in your polity textbook or in a history textbook in detail is there. This also free lectures is there in my channel. Okay, so you are actually, when you do this, what are you experiencing? You are actually getting into the zone of UPSC. That is the benefit of syllabus breakdown, micro syllabus breakdown. You are going into each word. And this is how we have designed our timetable also. 1 year timetable test series is launched already. Next Monday it is starting for 2026 aspirant. And you will be given like daily what topic to read by yourself. Okay, and on each regular interval, you will get a prelims test, which you will get the question PDF and answer PDF, and also you will get a mains test on respective mains date, where you can even submit to us and we will correct it for you. So a detailed thing, we work entirely around the syllabus and PYQ. That is why Vysh's model is definite goal, definite success goal for you. Okay, you just have to follow what is strictly told to you. Now going again, the British colonization, the economic loot which they did, which again is relevant now because Shashi Tharoor keeps speaking about it. Then we have the decline of trade and commerce. Our industries was gone. We were the richest GDP country, and now when Britishers came, we became the poorest country. Okay, our industries were destroyed. They brought in their own style of industrial revolution. And then social movements, which is the Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, then Saraswati. About all this prelims question come. Even this latest prelims, Raja Ram Mohan Roy dedicated question was there for 2 marks. Okay, then Indian response to British rule, this peasant movements, the rebellions, the tribal and peasant movements, okay, nationalism coming in, all the moderates and extremists and different leaders under Gandhi which will come. Okay, that will be the main topic, rise of Gandhi. Okay, all his movements are very, very important. This time in prelims also 5 questions came in and around Gandhi movements. Okay, constitutional developments between 1958, that is your first battle of independence, and 1935, which is kind of the last reform you can tell before independence which happened. And then the revolutionary movements in all this, whether it's Bengal, whether it's Punjab, Maharashtra, Madras, outside India, everything. Okay, and different parties which we have, left and right both. Then politics of separatism, that is the Muslim League came, Hindu Mahasabha came. Okay, and then consolidation as a nation, meaning Nehru's foreign policy, and it's like we are nearing independence, and also the post-independence also will be there. Okay, so the tribes and their ethnicity, the language, the different rights given to people. Then we have the modern ideas of people, origin of modern politics. Okay, now we are entering slowly to the world history. Okay, after post-independence, it will be the world history, where the American French Revolution, American Civil War, the British parties, Industrial Revolution, USA, Germany, Russia, Japan. Then the nation-state concept. Again, a specific UPSC question came: what is nation? What is state? What is nation-state? Okay, you have to explain the definitions of it. And then nationalism. See, colonialism not only in India. Okay, they have went and looted many places, whether it is South America, whether it's South Africa, whether it's Australia. The imperialism, what is neo-imperialism, what is the difference between the two? Then European revolutions like Russian Revolution, the fascist counter-revolution, Italy, Germany, Chinese. Okay, so everybody's independence, everybody's struggle, everybody's this imperialistic consequences, World War I and II, the time between World War I and II, what happened, before and after that, what happened. Okay, then the 2 power blocks which came like USA and Russia, then they'll have a Cold War. Okay, that kind of see, end of Cold War is given here. So before that, this NATO is forming. NATO is relevant even now, so a question is expected this year. Okay, Latin America and Africa, the slavery system and what people are there, Martin Luther King, their stories. Latin America and Bolivia, a mains question came 2 years back. So anything is there, and they just have to ask 20 questions in a paper. So they have at least 200 topics. They can keep asking it again and again, and then still after 10 years, every topic will not have been used. That many questions or that many topics are there for them. So this much big is history optional alone. So whatever you're taking, law or sociology or public administration, this will be the length of it. Okay, it will have 4, 5 pages. And that is why optionals needs a dedicated time. Even in our syllabus or timetable, which I'm telling 340-day timetable I've made, which starts from next week, at least 60 to 70 days we have kept aside, which we are not touching. We have left it for you to study your optional. Okay, that much detailedly, scientifically we have planned that batch. Okay, if you want details of it, just come and WhatsApp me. Okay, WhatsApp number, if you don't have, 7200 681 675. Okay, just WhatsApp me here telling I want the batch details of 2026 starting next week. I'll give you the video, launch video, 1 hour video is there, fully explained. The syllabus, the timetable, the test series, the number of tests, the fee structure, installment, discount, everything is there in one video. After that, you can come and make the payment, get access to the timetable, and daily we would have told you what to study that. On the test date, you will get the test PDF. On the other days, you can do whatever studies you want. It's a complete designed self-study package. Okay, so here, UPSC syllabus breakdown we have done with. We have also done with how to prepare episode number 1, 2026. So 2 episodes are done. Episode number 3, the mandatory books and sources, a special video will come tomorrow. Before that, maybe I'll do an NCERT video because NCERT website is completely changed. Many of you don't know that. If you start searching for your books now, many of the books are not there in NCERT website because they are changing and aligning into the new NEP policy, National Education Policy 2020. They are aligning it to that. Okay. And again, I would like to remind you, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Okay. Only then we will know that these many people are getting advantage of our series. So here we have done with this video and this video. Now we will do the NCERTs and sources video, and also other preparation related videos will keep coming. And this series will change your preparation strategy and the entire life forward. So please subscribe and support us. I'll give more and more interesting good videos for you. Thank you and have a nice day.